It's some of the worst you've ever seen. Yo, what's up? Racist Soda here. So, I watched the fucking Napoleon movie not too long ago, and I gotta say, that shit was mid. I'm not really gonna give you, a fucking descriptor. It's just bad. They have nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing of value to that shit. And, I don't know what the fuck that person... Whoever made this just is, a complete dumbass. Just a complete dumbass. Who fucking decided, hey, be, great. Let's make the guy who, conquered all of Europe, this big dictator, the fucking literal king of France. Yeah, we're gonna make him, autistic and make him just make him, have asthma. It'd be really funny to just make this guy who was, such a great, powerful fucking leader, just this dude who just stood around, and I'll also be all the time, whenever anything terrifying happened, he starts panic breathing and shit. What the fuck was that? You make the guy who's, conquered all of fucking Europe, you make him this fucking wheezing 4chaner? What the fuck? Dude, he wasn't like that. I don't even pay attention to history, but I know for a fact Napoleon wasn't like that. But to be honest, you could have me fooled, because if anything, I could believe for a fact that a man with autism is the only man powerful enough to fucking take over Europe, alright? Only a man with that kind of autism, that kind of power, could do something that fucking insane, alright? You can't disprove me. But yeah, mostly everything in the fucking movie just sucked, I don't get what the fucking issue is with that shit, let's take an example of the marriage with his fucking wife. I don't get what the hell was that. That shit was just a problem. It's just unremarkable. The marriage was, no chemistry. I imagine the guy, even all the hardships they had, I imagine he loved his wife and shit, but they did a poor job of showing that. It was just the most awkwardest shit ever. They had, little jump scare sex, which I never thought that would have been a fucking thing. Excuse me. They just had jump scare sex, literally at the start. Caught me off guard. Unfortunately, that's, a highlight of the fucking film, because they just have jump scare sex just show up out of nowhere, and it's what the fuck? Unsettling, disturbing, more scary than any horror movie I've watched recently. Truly abhorrent. Yeah. Honestly, with how fucking much historical I'm having a stroke. All the historical inaccuracies that were supposedly in there, and just how boring it fucking was. I'm fucking falling asleep thinking about how boring that fucking movie was. It would have been more interesting, and I know it would have pissed a lot of people off, but I think it would have been more interesting, is if they had this one guy, right? So this is one guy at the start of the film. Literally, the only fucking character Napoleon has any romantic fucking the romantic chemistry. There's better romantic chemistry between Napoleon and this one fucking guy than it was with his fucking wife. I don't get what the fucking shit. What was that? There was just so much raw sexual tension between Napoleon and this one dude, at the start of the film, before we went into battle, for 3 minutes of the film, than it was with him and his fucking wife, even after all the times they have sex with each other throughout the entire thing. Literally, Napoleon and this one guy, sexual tension that rivaled his entire marriage. And I don't know if that's a real thing that happened in Napoleon's life where he almost became homosexual, but like, I am at a loss for words just how fucking mid it is. It's just not good. Like, I'm not gonna fucking give a full in-depth thing, but it's just not great. Another memorable thing, mostly memorable for the wrong reasons, because it's also kind of just like, just shit. It's like some fucking cliche shit where they do something where a character has like a sniper on their fucking head, right? And like the sniper could take a shot, but for some reason he doesn't because like the big bad evil guy fucking says, nah. They want to like instill in you that this character almost fucking died. They could have been fucking erased. But like, I'm pretty sure that never happened to Napoleon, especially since apparently that those scope muskets they added in, apparently those weren't even fucking in at the time. Like, those didn't even exist. Yet they still felt the need to add in this scene where like, you know, so like this British guy that he's fighting near the end of the film. This film was really boring, by the way. Like, I know that for fact that I was checking my phone the whole time. Did I mention this film was boring? I know I've mentioned it several times, but I just gotta remind you, this shit's boring as fuck. I've had more fun, I don't know, jerking off than I've had fun fucking watching this shitty film. Like, it's not good. It's just boring, really boring. Like, call me a knucklehead, but like, there's nothing here for anyone, not even people who like history. If anything, this is like just, this is slop, alright? Yeah, because fucking, you know, the fucking British, back on the British guy thing, before I got distracted because how boring this movie is. British dude's just like, has this sniper, one of the snipers, he has two snipers, one of them's like fixated on Napoleon, you know, has him in his crosshairs, and, you know, the guy's like, oh, mate, I could shoot this fucking bloke right dead. And then the, you know, British officer's like, who the fuck let this fucking Hold on. What the fuck is this I can't do a British accent, only Australian. So I'm gonna go to American. Who the fuck let this Australian piece of fucking shit subhuman onto our fucking team? We need to kill this motherfucker immediately. What he actually said though was like, oh no, don't, some stupid shit about honor or something fucking like meaningless that they added for no reason. It's just like, why? It adds nothing to the film. Adds absolutely nothing. It's just shit. Like, why do you feel the need to add it to like, oh, Napoleon almost got shot? I doubt that he did. Maybe he did in almost every fucking thing, but I feel like if you had like some big grand political leader and you're like on the other side and you see that he's like in the crosshairs of one of your guys and they can take the shot, I'd fucking tell him to shoot that motherfucker right there and then, because that would just end this entire fucking war. We just killed your fucking ruler. Like, what the fuck? It's stupid. It's stupid. It adds nothing. It's just, why is that even there? Why the fuck do I care if Napoleon almost gets shot? There are like probably more interesting shit in his life, but not like I would know because I'm not a history nerd, and this is why this isn't really fucking harmful for me. This is why this is so boring for me, because, you know, if I was a history nerd, at least I'd get like fucking mad and start molding like my fucking friend that I went to this movie with, because he was a history nerd. I kind of just went there just to, you know, go there with him, but it's like, yeah, there are a lot of inaccuracies and shit, but it's just another thing this movie fucking sucked at was like pacing. The pacing was just like, oh, now they're here, now we're there, now we're in Cambodia, and we're getting our dicks jerked off by a couple of male prostitutes. You know what I mean? And now we're doing cocaine, and now we're running away from the Chinese government because we have free will. You know what I mean? You know, like just shit like that. And it's like, what the fuck? Why do you add that? Why? Why is it fucking paced like that? It doesn't make fucking any sense. Like, who made this? This sucks. Apparently the fucking guy is just telling people, like, go fuck yourself. I add the fucking historical inaccuracies if I want to. And it's like, dude, you can't, though. look, you can make slop, I guess, you know? You can, like, make slop. I mean, there's a reason why Marvel has so many fans. It's because they got a lot of people who don't have internal monologues and have, like, underdeveloped brains who will see this slop put to film, and they'll be, like, infatuated by it, all right? That's just Marvel for the most part. And that's kind of like why I feel like Marvel's kind of been like a poison to the movie industry. Like, people like to blame the LGBT community for this, but that's kind of just like Disney's fault that people think that in other fucking places, because they'll like add in like, they'll add in like a trans character or gay character to try and get brownie points and make it a fucking headline, because that's all gay people are to them, a fucking headline, because they're soulless corporations. And of course they do that because, you know, there's probably some government shit to just make it so they can like get rid of like gay rights again. Honestly, now that I think about it, but they just add that and they get all the fucking, you know, gay people get all the blame, of course, even though it's just Disney being really shit at things and just making slop. Like, everyone's making slop now, and I believe it's just because of Marvel. Marvel is like the creator of fucking slop. And the only reason why people care that it's slop sometimes is because they, like, I don't know, add a gay person to it, maybe. That's probably about it. Or a black person. But regardless of whether it's woke or not, it's slop either way. But the thing is like, you can't make this slop, alright? It's fucking history. You should probably just tell history the way it is. And I don't believe this is what happened, alright? I'm not a history nerd. I don't know shit about history. But I know for a fact that this is probably the most shittiest fucking, like, telling of Napoleon. I feel like there's better out there. I know there's better out there. And I feel like I'd rather watch the better shit if I had to watch Napoleon shit again. I'd rather not, because I'm really not much of a movie guy. But, yeah, they just really fucked up. They really fucked up the Napoleon movie. Like, I don't understand why they fucking fucked it up so bad. Like, you had every reason not to, yet you did. Like, this isn't gonna go well for you. It's a fucking history movie. The people who are gonna watch it are people who give a fuck about history. Like, if you want to make slop, then don't make it history. Make fucking slop about superheroes. Because at the end of the day, as long as you don't add in, like, a gay person or something, people are going to go shit over heels because superhero! You know what I mean? Like, they're going to be like that because they have, you know, a few screws loose. Now, that's not to say that all superhero movies are bad. One of the fucking greatest superhero movies I can think of is probably shit like, Kick-Ass, or like, in recent times, across the Spider-Verse, like this fucking new Spider-Man movies, specifically, you know, the Spider-Verse ones. Those ones are really fucking good. Like, mostly because of just how well animated they are. I can't really say much of the story because I don't care about stories that much. I'm really easy to entertain when it comes to stories. I'm a simple brain, simply entertained, but just, you know, it's good animation, and that's what I like. So it's not complete slop. Like, they actually add quality. They make it enjoyable. They have enjoyable characters. They have enjoyable, like, a villain in that shit. I just liked it. It was a good movie. It wasn't slop, unlike other superhero movies where it's just like, I just stroked my penis and skinned a dog. And Tony Stark walks in like, oh, well, that was just happened. And the whole audience cheers, and they all clap, and I frown at what the fuck that shit is. It's like literal fucking fast food of movies. Honestly, it's really hard to talk about this shit because it's just so boring. Like, my brain is going to sleep talking about Napoleon because it's just unremarkable and just not fun to watch. Really, really boring. So yeah, that's my final consensus. Don't watch Napoleon, and if you do, I don't know what to say this, but you're a fucking bitch.